Alright guys, welcome back to the Bloodbath channel. Another day in the life of a drag racer. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Still on the highway from chasing parts. Had to run out to Charlotte. My buddy Derek Reynolds saw that I needed some rod main bearings watching the YouTube channel, and he messaged me, said he had some I could get, so I didn't have to order them and wait till next week. And so I took off out that way, me and the wife. She's knocked out. We're about 45 minutes from home, so I'll be home at like 4:15. Catch some sleep, get up tomorrow, try to get the engine together and get it in the car before I gotta go to work Monday. Well, we're back out in the shop working on engine assembly. Finally got some parts. As you can see, we got the timing set in, the cam in. This thing has roller cam bearings, 55 millimeter cam. Put the crank in and torqued all the mains. Put the balancer on. But right now, we are waiting on rod bearings. I took a road trip the other day to Derek Reynolds' shop. My buddy's trying to help me out, but the rod bearings he had were not correct. So they were for a small journal Chevrolet, and most of this stuff, including mine, takes a large journal Chevrolet bearing. But we had the crankshaft in. All the mains are torqued. As you can see, it spins nice and free. Camshaft and everything in. Went ahead and marked top dead center, put my timing pointer on right here. While I had it apart, it's easy to mark it. You know, you can just line up the timing marks perfectly and then put your pointer on there. But right now we're just waiting on some rod bearings. Overnighted those, so we'll have those tomorrow. All right guys, we're back working on short block assembly. Finally got some rod bearings. We already filed the rings and everything, as you guys seen. So basically we're just putting rings on the pistons, sticking them in the holes. We're gonna start putting heads on, adjust valves, get this thing buttoned up and get it stuck in the car here. All right, sped the video up a little bit, just, you know, boring work, putting the rings on and, you know, new bearings and stuffing the pistons in the hole. We're down to the last one though. Just gotta finish putting the rings on it, get it stuck in the hole. But I was just thinking about something. You know, I started this YouTube channel, I think about 2 weeks ago, 12, 14 days, I don't know. Maybe it was longer than that, maybe it was 3 weeks. But anyway, so since I've started this channel, I was honing the engine and putting new rings in it when I started this channel. And I honed it, put rings in it, assembled the engine, put it in, cranked it, figured out that it wasn't gonna work, wasn't fixed. Took it back out, had put 8 sleeves in the block, and we're on reassembly now. And tomorrow, I would say at the latest, we will have fire in the hole again. So within a 2 or 3 week time period, we have built the engine twice, assembled it, put it in the car, head oil pressure, put 8 sleeves in, among a bunch of other things, put a dump valve on, you know, a lot of driving involved to make all that happen. Plus working a regular job, a full-time job. But that's just I mean, you know, we go really fast with some pretty basic stuff. I feel like some people would argue that I'm not very fast, but they just haven't got the experience at firsthand yet. We go really fast, what I would consider, with some really basic stuff. But the point I want to make is, if you want to, I think this probably goes for everyone, even the guys that have really nice stuff. When you're really leaning on your stuff and you're trying to run at the very peak of its capability, this is the kind of dedication it takes to really push your stuff to the limit. I mean, I do it, you know, differently than a lot of guys just because I don't have the budget really to run this fast. So that's why you see me putting used pistons in right now and a fresh bore. I just had new sleeves put in, but I'm putting used pistons in just because I don't have the budget. If I had the, you know, unlimited funds, I would do things differently. I would probably put a little longer stroke crank in this thing for that 118, and you know, obviously new parts. But we're just trying to make do with what we have, and I think even the guys that have great parts, they go through the same struggles. I mean, when you're really wanting to win races and run up front, this is what it takes. It's just me in the garage right now, as it is most of the time, assembling an engine, putting it in myself. No one's going to be dedicated for you, basically. So, you know, if you want to run on this level, you got to be prepared to do what it takes. And this is just part of it. At least from my experience, all the people I know that really run fast, they do it like this, pretty much. John Phillips, Turbo John, he's a prime example. Dude's a legend around here. But man, he works on his stuff relentlessly. His competitors talk about it. He don't have a huge budget, but man, he works on his stuff a lot. And that's really the deciding factor in a lot of races. I mean, he has a great combo and it'll be running great. And John will take it all apart to try and find more, where most guys would ride it out, you know, and continue to race what they have. But I think that's what makes him so deadly. And that's probably where I learned a lot of this from. Him and Brian Fondren, my teammates, and, you know, guys, Jason Tyson, you know, always working on his stuff. You know, it's just to really run your stuff to the edge, this is what it takes. So you guys are gonna get a kick out of this. This is something that I did back when I first built my iron motor, but I had forgotten apparently, or didn't even, I guess I forgot, I don't know. Anyways, this, when I got the iron short block, it had a 3900 stroke Ford Motorsports crank in it, and I didn't trust it at 2,000 horsepower. So I bought a Callie's Magnum and 375 stroke. So basically that put the piston like 100,000th in the hole. You can see that's top dead center. That's how far down in the hole it is. It's like 100,000th in the hole. But I had completely forgotten about that, and I ran that iron motor that way the entire time. So this thing is only like 9-to-1 compression, 9.2 to 1, which is not ideal. I mean, I would prefer it be 11.5 or so. But for the time being, that's what we're going to have. So we're going to put it together, and we'll see what happens. It used to spool the 106, I mean, like a light switch with the iron motor at 9-to-1. This 118, different story. So we're going to see if I can make this thing light this 118 off with a 9-to-1 engine that's 400 cubic inches. It's going to be tricky, but we got a really good converter package, and I got a pretty good handle on the tune-up, so I think I can probably make it go, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Well, good news is we got the short block together. Got all the pistons and rods in it, no problem. Got one cylinder head on. you can see, it's all torqued down. Bad news is, on the other cylinder head, we had a big thread insert that had been put in this block previously. You know, it's typical, some old blown up junk like I usually have. So this is like a double insert. This is a 3/4 OD insert. I mean, the block is almost trash. The only other insert they have, they do offer one from McMaster car I just ordered. That's a 7/8 OD, so it's gonna fill that hole up. It's like an extra thick wall. So for now, I guess we'll wait till tomorrow and pray that comes in and hope that it works. In the meantime, I got one head on. I'm gonna put all lifters in. Probably put the rockers on that side and adjust them, get the oil pan on it, and then we'll be waiting for that insert to hopefully get the other head on and stick the engine in the car tomorrow. I'll let you know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell, follow along. We're gonna get oil pressure at some point. I promise. I won't give up. I don't have that in me. So at some point we'll have a running race car again to talk about. Thanks.